Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I wanted to experiment with some vegan recipes and also show you some of my favorite vegan recipes that I like to make. I'm not vegan, but I try to eat plant-based as much as possible, especially when I'm just cooking at home for myself. So without further ado, I hope you're excited for this video and let's get started with breakfast. For my breakfast today, I just wanted something quick and easy, so I'm just gonna grab one of my daily harvest smoothies, and I'm also going to have a harvest bowl just because I want something nice and filling this morning. This is their mint and cacao smoothie, and I'm also going to have this harvest bowl. This is their cauliflower, rice, and pesto. If you've never heard of Daily Harvest before, they deliver thoughtfully sourced, chef-crafted recipes to your door, and they're made with all fruits and vegetables, so it's great for those of you who want to eat plant-based or want to experiment with plant-based recipes. When you go on the website, they have 8 different collections that you can choose from. They have things like smoothies, oat bowls, chia bowls, harvest bowls, soups, lattes, flatbreads, scoops, so many different things that you can choose from. So I really love that they have a wide variety, and it's just great for those days where you're just feeling lazy, you don't really want to cook, but you still want to eat wholesome, healthy foods. When you open up the bowl, you can see all the ingredients in there. It's nice and fresh. So if you're interested and you want to check them out, you can get $25 off your first order with my code Weylie25, and I'll put the link below as always. And now let's get to heating this up. This smells amazing. If you like sun-dried tomatoes and pesto, I think you'll really like this one. It's so good. Oh, and this one is all organic. So good. All right, for lunch today, I'm gonna make my favorite vegan turkey sandwich. So I'm gonna use this Gardein lightly breaded turkey cutlet. I'm gonna have it on some whole wheat bread. I normally have vegan mayo, but I ran out, so I'm just gonna try to use my vegan butter instead. And then I also have some plant-based vegan cheese. I also wanted a little side to my sandwich today, so I'm gonna make some tater tots too. It looks like a kid's sandwich. Okay, I know this looks like a straight up kid's meal. Simple sandwiches like this are my favorite. They are basic, but they're my favorite. And I normally would put tomato in it, but I didn't have any. So we just had to work with what we had. I only had this iceberg lettuce. Normally I would use green leaf, but this will do. It's so simple, but so good. It's hot and crunchy. And it is time for dinner. Tonight I'm gonna make my 2 favorite stir-fried dishes, or 2 of my favorites. So I'm gonna make a potato, which so many of you have been asking how I make my potatoes, and you'll be so surprised how easy it is because it's literally 3-4 ingredients. Very simple. I bought this sack of potatoes from Trader Joe's. These are gold potatoes, but you can really just use like russet. Is it russet? Russet? Russet. You just have to make sure you peel it, you don't want the skin. And as for the broccoli dish, very simple as well. I think it's only also 4 ingredients. Good morning, everybody. I just woke up, got ready, and now I'm going to make some breakfast. For breakfast today, I wanted to make apple cinnamon oatmeal. So all you'll need are some really simple ingredients that you may already have at your house. I'm going to use this organic whole grain rolled oats. Use 1 apple. Look at how cute this apple is. I'm going to use some vegan butter. This is to caramelize the apples. And of course, you need a milk of choice. I'm going to be using oat milk. And to top everything off, I like to add in a little bit of peanut butter just because I like the nutty taste. So let's get to cooking. I'm gonna start with vegan butter in my pot. This is to caramelize the apples. In goes the apples. Cinnamon. Last minute I just decided maybe it would be nice with some walnuts, just for a little crunch. I'm gonna put some sugar. I'm gonna let it caramelize for about 30 seconds and you can add in the oats. Turn up the heat. Oats go in. Okay, I just turned the heat off since it's ready. Now I'm adding some finishing touches, just some cinnamon and a little bit of sugar. And just stir it up. My peanut butter is a little dry, so. I'm also gonna top it with some granola and finish it off with some cinnamon. And that is it. Such a simple recipe. I really like the crunch from the granola. So if you have some granola, highly recommend adding that. And the peanut butter just gives it a really nice nutty taste, but you can really use any sort of nut butter that you want. Yeah, I hope you try out this recipe. All right, I am here at the office today and I brought myself my last harvest bowl. This one is the kale and kalamata. I'm excited to have this for lunch. I'm glad I had one. I'm gonna heat this up. You can pop these in the microwave for a few minutes and it's ready to go. Day 3 and I woke up with a new pimple. I have a pimple patch on and it says it's invisible, but they lied. It is not invisible. I don't know if I'm making it worse and drawing more attention to it by putting it on my face. Hopefully it helps get the pimple juices out by the end of the night. So as I'm sure you noticed, I didn't cook dinner last night. And that is not because I didn't eat dinner. I just got lazy and I ate my leftovers. And this morning, I decided I wanted to make a bibimbap, which is a Korean dish. It's basically a rice dish with mixed vegetables. If you like sesame oil and chili paste, then I think you'll really like this one. So let's get started. I bet any mom out there is watching this just shaking her head, because for some reason, moms just know how to cut carrots so finely and so quickly. I feel like such a joke when I'm doing this. One little piece at a time. I think I'm gonna use maybe half of this squash. Cut them into half moons. The ingredients I'll be using today, I have some spinach, sliced carrots, sliced mushrooms, and sliced gray squash. So it's pretty simple. You're just gonna use sesame oil and cook each vegetable individually, and you can season it with salt. I like to season it with a little bit of soy sauce. I don't know if that's actually the right way, but I like my soy sauce a lot. So, and you just wanna cook each one individually so that they're not all mixed together. That way when it's time to serve, you can arrange it all nicely and they're not all mixed together, if that makes sense. This is the chili paste that I like to use. I just got this from a Korean market. I like to have it with brown rice. You can have it with any choice of rice you want. So you just mix all the ingredients together and dig in. You want to give it a good stir so that the chili paste is nice and even. Also, yesterday we started a live on Netflix. I think we were about 30 minutes in, and I don't know if I should continue. Let me know if you watched it and your thoughts on it. It was so scary. So good. For lunch today, I'm so excited because I've been looking forward to this recipe all week, and it is butternut squash pasta, but I've never actually made it from scratch. I always buy it in, you know, the pre-made pasta sauces. So I looked up a recipe. Turns out it's really easy, so I'm gonna give it a try. So I have a butternut squash, an onion, and 2 different pastas because I just happen to have a little left over of each one, so I didn't want to waste it. So let's get cooking. This is my first time making pasta sauce from scratch. That was really fun, and I just got a hand blender, so I had to put it to use. Let's try this. I mean, it's good, but not as good as the canned one that I buy. Maybe my butternut squash wasn't ripe enough, and I maybe didn't blend it enough, so it feels a little chunky instead of really smooth. Definitely need a little more salt.
I like it.
It's just a little chunky. It needs to be smoother.
It doesn't taste like the bottle one because obviously they probably put a lot more stuff. But I like it because it tastes like straight up just
healthy
butternut squash.
And it is dinner time. But before we get into cooking, I just want to update you on my pimple and that the pimple patch actually worked, because once I took off the patch, it completely flattened out. It's still swollen, but it's gone. The pus is gone. So it was this one from COSRX. For dinner tonight, I am making a Korean soup. If you haven't noticed a pattern here, I really love Korean food. So I'm gonna butcher the name. I think it's doenjang? Sorry. Sophie would not be proud right now, but it is the fermented soybean paste stew, and the ingredients are pretty simple. This is very crucial for this soup because this is the base. So I have this, and then I'm also going to use the remainder of this onion I have here, a clove or 2 of garlic, 2 potatoes, the remainder of my squash from earlier today, and a little bit of tofu. So let's get started. Next, I'm going to add the squash and onions. For finishing touches, I'm gonna sprinkle some of this red pepper powder. Whew, what a day. It's been a long time since I've made this soup, and it smells delicious. Let's do a taste test. I'm also going to have it with a side of brown rice. I usually like to dump some of the soup in the rice just to soften things up. Oh, it's hot. I love it. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you on my next video. As always, bye.